Hi guys, I'm back with Our Life. I'm going to try and make this video a lot smaller than the last one. The last one was way too long, I know. Anyway, so I'm going to get back to the story. Really enjoying this game. Right, for the rest of the summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more often than Shyla, and on some days when she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, the way sun and lunch and the beach were. That first summer, you hadn't really been interested in him one way or another. He was just kind of a fact of life, someone you met with because he was there. Of course, that was only the start of things. Oh, do I need to... What's this? And then summer ended. Do I need to... What? Moment select. Do I just need to select one of these? Grown up, long day, sandcastle. But I'm going to choose fireflies?
Alright!
Okay. Alright, Alright, tonight we're going to catch fireflies. That was awful. That was so awful. I'm not filming it again. At this blunt declaration from your sister, you looked up from your macaroni and cheese dinner. Fireflies were a familiar sight over summer, coming out on warm nights to dance through the sky. Tonight was particularly balmy. You knew there were bound to be a ton of them around. Oh, you are you? Yeah. You started eating faster, you looked over at your mum's, you pushed your food around your plate. I'm just going to start eating faster. A grin curved your lips as you started to eat a bit faster, excited for what was to come. It seemed like you were too excited, however, as you started to choke and cough on your food from shoveling it down so quickly. Mummy reached over to pat you on the back, firmly helping to dislodge the noodles and then enable you to breathe again. You took a big gulp of water from your glass, giving your mums a sheepish look. Oops. That's a good idea. Lizzie, can we? Oh my God, why can't I do this right? That's a good idea, Lizzie. Can we, Mrs. Bay? Shyla tapped his fork against the table excitedly, his face lighting up as he looked at Lizzie. It was unusual for Shyla to still be here. Like always, his mum had to bring him over really early in the morning before her job started. But normally she would have picked him up by now. She called before dinner to let your mums know she'd be late. She didn't hear why. Probably more work things. You thought maybe getting to hang out with Shyla for longer is what made Lizzie want to keep running around outside. Staying at home and watching TV was never an option for her with guests over. That's why you were pretty sure she'd get your mums to agree. Well, it's already so dark out there. Lizzie gave Mum the best puppy dog eyes she could, slowly spooning mac and cheese into her mouth, while you waited there for their response.
There.
Let them go. Nights like this don't happen every day. Your parents exchanged a look, then Mum eventually sighed and nodded back. Yes! Along with Lizzie's cheers, you throw your arms up in triumph, but waited until you'd finished chewing to say anything, because you knew it was rude to talk with your mouth full. Fine. Just make sure you stay on the hill behind our house with all the poppies, okay? Duh, Mum, that's where most of them are. The idea had only just been planted in your head, but already you could just picture all the glowing lights spread out in front of you, like the fairies from the bedtime stories Mummy reads sometimes. All too quickly it became a race to see who could finish their food first. No choking at the dinner table now. That's right, if someone died, we'd have to cancel the firefly trip after all. Mum said it like a joke, but you knew that they were both telling you kids to slow down. Shyla did immediately. When you glanced at Lizzie, you saw her still eating faster than she should. Elizabeth!
Jeez.
No one is gonna die. Sheesh! A knock on the door interrupted Mum before she could no doubt scold your sister. I'll get it! Your big sister jumped out of her seat and ran over to the door, pulling it open without even looking out the window to see who it was.
Huh?
Huh? You shifted in your seat to try and get a glimpse of the unexpected guest.
Hi.
Good evening, Cove. Your mummy had already walked to the door by the time you managed to see past Shyla's flappy hat. Cove! Why is he here? Had your parents invited him over? You certainly hadn't heard anything about it. You tried to catch Cove's eye, but he was too busy staring at the ground in front of him. Going back to shovel a forkful of macaroni into your mouth, you kept one ear on the conversation. Then for a few seconds Cove said nothing. He only stood there and looked up at your mummy, with a face almost like he was considering turning around and leaving. My dad told me to drop this off because I guess he borrowed it from you. Cove took a familiar screwdriver from out of his large side pocket. Eyes now dropped to the floor. We left ours back home when we moved. Great, thanks, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here, why don't you come inside for a bit? Lizzie crossed her arms and lifted her chin. Cove shrugged, and Mum stood from the table too. I'll give your dad a call to let him know you've got here all right. Cove shuffled fully inside, eyes remaining on the ground. Mummy closed the door behind him.
Hi.
Hi, Cove! Shyla gave Cove a friendly smile while waving by holding up his hand and opening and closing his fingers. Cove nodded in response. Cove, are you going to catch fireflies with us? You could come outside with us if you want to. You weren't sure what to say now. I'll just ask him, yeah, you're going to come and catch fireflies with us? You could see Lizzie eyeing you for mentioning the excursion to an outsider, but she'd get over it. If Cove said no, you'd understand though. Catching fireflies wasn't something that everyone liked to do.
Okay.
I want to see them. I've never caught one before. It's too bad he didn't have a chance before now. The fireflies weren't out when he first moved in, and there must not have been any where he used to live. We can't go until after dinner. After she pointed this out, Lizzie walked back to the table and took her seat. There wasn't much left on her plate. Since this was very true, you decided to finish up your own stuff as well. Cove stepped closer and eyed what was on the menu for your family's meal. Have you eaten yet? Yeah, my dad and I ate earlier. What did you have? Eggs. The clipped, one-word answer seemed to discourage Shyla from asking any more questions. His eyes slowly wandered back to the last scraps of food on his plate. Her phone call with Cove's dad must have ended because your mum came back into the room.
Okay.
Cove, your dad said you can stay for a little while if you'd like. but he's going to come and get you before it gets too much later. Sure.
Fun.
Oh, fun! This will be so nice. As you polished off the meal, you hoped it would be too. The three of you all finished eating shortly after, and Lizzie led the way outside. Remember, don't stray too far. It's fine, Mum. Shiver trailed so closely after Lizzie, he was nearly stepping on her heels. Cove hesitated at the door. Come on, let's go. After a moment, he did.
Bye.
Bye, children. Right, so I'm going to stop that here, and thank you for watching.